For our readership, it would be especially helpful to try to understand better what the steps are, technologically and scientifically speaking, what the steps are to go from music, words and music, to something that AI is able to process and deal with.
I think this is a wonderful place to start because it is about how music is represented. Whenever we refer to an AI model, it basically means there is some form of learning patterns from the data that is provided to it. I explained in my talk that AI can be much more general. There are grammar, there are linguistic rules for AI. But when we are now talking about neural networks, it is a specific type of AI that just looks at a bunch of data and then learns patterns within it. So the first question is, what is the steps involved in like converting a musical work into a format that AI can use? So the first is just a score. I think that was the first thing that was available to these AI systems. So one advancement was that every note is played at the same loudness, or like just a little bit of loudness, no expression. And so the works that are produced copy those patterns, but they don't have access to information of expressivity, small timing differences between each note, and things like that. Fast forward to like the last 5 years when we have models that now we can train with directly the sound. So we're talking about how music is represented. It's represented as a score on a piece of paper, but it's also represented as sound waves themselves, maybe put on a tape machine, maybe now recorded digitally at a certain sampling rate in these file formats, MP3, WAV, and such. And now we are able to input this exact sound into our AI models and also learn some patterns. We're at the beginning of this. Because music, there are some challenges to this. The AI has to model representations in time that are over a few seconds to over a few minutes. Maybe if it's an even larger piece, it's something that happens over an hour. And this is a big challenge because with when you were representing words, maybe you had 500 words or 1,000 words. But when you represent it as just sound, the pressure wave, it is sampled at a frequency. That is how often you make this measurement of the sound pressure wave. So if it is sampled at 44 kilohertz, that is 44,000 numbers every second. So it was a challenge to make these models. And over the last couple of years, we have started making better and better advancements at being able to model things that happened way back in the time series. And the first ways to do it was just reduce the sampling rate and just imagine that it's sampled at just 8,000 hertz or 16,000 hertz. And so we'll have less data to work with, a smaller time series to represent 1 minute of audio. But now we're able to do it at 44,000 kilohertz as well. Yet maybe we are only able to model short, small snippets of ideas. Like if we have a note playing, we're able to continue that note. If we have a phrase playing, we're able to continue that phrase. But we're still at the beginning of this technology. So we're not able to take a 2-minute long piece and then extend it to 10 minutes yet.